Okay, so in making a buba, the basic measurements you'll be needing is your bust circumference, okay? Just your bust circumference and your shoulder. So I'm just going to be taking our bust circumference. Our bust circumference is round our bust. So you don't need to make it fitted. You don't need to make it so tight because it's buba, you need your butt to be free. So I have 39. So our bust circumference is 39. Then I'll proceed to the shoulder. Okay, so when you're taking the shoulder, so I'm going to be taking the shoulder with the sleeve. So when you're making your buba, you are taking your shoulder and the sleeve all together. So I'm going to start from the nape of our neck. The nape of our neck is this midpoint here. I'm going to be starting from the nape of our neck to our desired sleeve length. Where does she want the sleeve to get to? Now in buba, you have oleku. Your oleku is your short sleeve, okay? Then you have your 3/4. Then you have the long sleeve. So it just depends on what your client really wants. Okay, please don't decide for your clients. Seek your client's permission. Ask them what do they really want. So for my client, she's making a 3/4. So if she's making a 3/4, I'm going to be taking from the nape of her neck, which is this center point here. I'm going to be taking it downwards. So for her, I have 23. So that means our sleeve length, that's shoulder combined with sleeve, everything I'm having is 23. That's just the basic measurements you'll be needing. I have my shoulder combined with sleeve measurements and I have my bust circumference. So let's proceed to the table. So proceed to the table. This is our fabric. Okay, your fabric always comes this way. This is the length of your fabric. So what you're just going to be doing is you're going to be folding your fabric into two. So I'm going to be folding this way into two. So after folding into two, I'm going to be proceeding by folding this way again. That's into two now. That means everything total is 4. So I'm going to proceed by folding this way. So I have this. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take the neckline measurement. So for the neckline measurement, the standard for let me say a medium size, or if you don't want maybe your client doesn't want a neckline to be too wide, so you can use 3/4. Okay, 3/4 is perfect for those that don't want their neckline to be wide, or for a medium size person. So I'm going to be using 3/4. So for my client, she doesn't want our neckline to be that wide, to be falling. Okay, so I'm going to be using 3/4. But in a situation where your client wants a measurement, a neckline to be wide, so you can use 3.5/4 or 3.5/5. Okay, so if my client wants a measurement, a neck measurement to be wide, I'm just going to be taking 3.5, the width will be 3.5, then the depth will be 5 inches. Okay, then if you have all this Yoruba, all this Lagos mommy that they want falling shoulder, they want falling neckline, they want that neckline to be wide, that's the real Lagos mommy Yoruba buba. Then at that point you're just going to be using 4 or 4.5/5 inches. Okay, 4 or 4.5 on the width of the neck width and 5 inch at the depth. Okay, so but for this my client, she doesn't want her neckline to be that wide, so I'm just going to be using 3. I'm just going to be using 3 inches by 3.5. Okay, so I have 3 inches this way on this width, and I have 3.5. So after doing that, I'm just going to be connecting. So please take note, your neckline, your front neckline and your back neckline on buba is the same. So I have 3 inches by 3.5. Then I'm going to proceed with the circumference now. So what I'm just going to be using on this circumference is a bust measurement. So, and don't forget, we said our bust is what? 39. So 39, I have 39 divided by 4, which is 9.75. So 9.75. So I have 9.75 this way. 9.75. I have 9.75. And I have 9.75. So I'm just going to be taking it from the starting point to the end point. So I have 9.75. So, but for your buba, you need your buba to be free. Your buba is not fitted, it's not tight on you because there won't be zip. So you want it to be free. Your client wants ease. Your buba is meant to have ease. So at that point, I'm going to be adding 2 inches or 2.5. So for this, I'm just going to be using 2 inches. So I have 2 inches this way. I have 2 inches. I have 2 inches for the allowance. So this 2 inches for allowance is 1 inch for sewing, then the other 1 inch is for ease. Okay, 1 inch for sewing and 1 inch for ease. So I'm just going to be connecting my measurement this way. But if you are using 2.5, that means 1 inch for sewing allowance, then 1.5 for ease. So it just depends on how free your client wants it. But for this, my client wants a fitted, not tight and not too free, not too loose. She wants a bit fitted Yoruba buba, so I'm just using 1 inch ease for her. Thank you. So I'm just going to be cutting. So I've cut out the neckline. Okay, so on this part, this upper part, I'm just going to hold it and notch. I will hold it and notch. When we get to the sewing machine where we want to sew, I will tell you the importance of notching. You have to hold this here and notch. So we proceed to making the sleeve.